kicking corrupt leaders, actors, and organizations out of our communities. Dishonest or fraudulent conduct by those in power, corruption. The abuse of entrusted power for private gain, corruption. Decay, putrefaction, corruption. The process by which something, typically a word or expression, is changed from its original use or meaning to one that is regarded as erroneous or debased, corruption. Marginalization refers to the process of being pushed to the margins or edges of social, political, or economic life. It occurs when an individual or group is excluded from participating fully in society and denied equal opportunities or access to resources. Oppression refers to the systemic and institutionalized mistreatment of a particular group based on characteristics such as race, ethnicity, socioeconomic status, or disability. Oppression refers to a set of power relationships that establish and maintain the domination of one group over another. Both marginalization and oppression are intertwined and perpetuate each other. The marginalized individuals or groups experience oppression as a result of their exclusion from society's mainstream, and the systems of power are not equally accessible to them. The oppressed individuals or groups are often marginalized and excluded from the opportunities and resources due to societal oppression. The statement, "if it doesn't apply, let it fly," implies that if a statement or action doesn't directly affect or pertain to us, we can ignore it or dismiss it. While this might seem harmless in certain situations, it can be dangerous and contrary to ethical and moral standards when dealing with marginalization and oppression. When we are confronted with instances of oppression and marginalization, it is our ethical duty to speak out against it and take action to combat it. Ignoring or dismissing such instances is not only a moral failure, but it can also contribute to the perpetuation of the oppressive systems and ideologies that cause these issues in the first place. Marginalized communities rely on allies and support from others to combat the systemic issues affecting them. By adopting mentality of "if it doesn't apply, let it fly," we're disregarding the experiences and struggles of these communities and leaving them to fight their battles alone. While it may be tempting to ignore or dismiss issues that don't directly affect us, it is crucial that we as a society take a stand against corruption and support those who are marginalized and oppressed.
Now then, you Pharisees, clean the outside of the cup and dish, but inside you're full of greed and wickedness. You foolish people, did not the one who made the outside make the inside also? But now, as for what is inside you, be generous to the poor, and everything will be clean for you. Woe to you, Pharisees, because you give God 1/10 of your mint, rue, and all other kinds of garden herbs, but you neglect justice and the love of God. You should have practiced the latter without leaving the former undone. Woe to you, Pharisees, because you love the most important seats in the synagogues and respectful greetings in the marketplaces. Woe to you, because you are like unmarked graves, which people walk over without knowing it. One of the experts in the law answered him, "Teacher, when you say these things, you insult us also." Jesus replied, "And you, experts in the law, woe to you, because you load people down with burdens they can hardly carry, and you yourselves will not lift one finger to help them. Woe to you, because you build tombs for the prophets, and it was your ancestors who killed them. So you testify that you approve of what your ancestors did. They killed the prophets, and you build their tombs. Because of this, God in his wisdom said, I will send them prophets and apostles, some of whom they will kill, and others they will persecute. Therefore this generation will be held responsible for the blood of all the prophets that has been shed since the beginning of the world, from the blood of Abel to the blood of Zechariah, who was killed between the altar and the sanctuary. Yes, I tell you, this generation will be held responsible for it all. Woe to you, experts in the law, because you have taken away the key to knowledge. You yourselves have not entered, and you have hindered those who were entering.